awesome. That was the Alison Brown Quintet live at Bluegrass Underground, and as they mentioned in the introduction to that video, that's a band that's won multiple Grammys. In addition to that, Alison Brown is also a former IBMA Banjo Player of the Year. And in fact, she was the first female to ever win an International Bluegrass Music Association Instrumentalist of the Year award way back in 1991. And the winners of the banjo category are well represented in this playlist. But I actually didn't have room for all of them in this episode. And that's why I've already composed an entire second banjo edition of the playlist, which will be coming up in a couple months. But in this week's episode, we have the 2013 winner, Mr. Mike Munford from Frank Sullivan and Dirty Kitchen, doing his original song Line Drive. And before that, he was paired up with Ryan Cavanaugh and the almighty Bill Keith, doing Earl Scruggs' Flint Hill Special, which is a song that really shows off the detuners that are on most banjos nowadays. And that's something that Earl invented and Bill Keith helped popularize. And they create that funky sound that you hear in a lot of banjo instrumentals. Now, of course, Earl Scruggs and Bill Keith were both originally made famous as members of Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, so that's why I included that version of Devil's Dream from 1963, where Bill was known as Brad in the band playing banjo, as well as that awesome interview with him where he explains the origins of his monumental melodic style of banjo. And obviously that sound stood out a lot from Earl Scruggs' signature approach, which was featured before that on the song Ground Speed, as well as the most famous banjo instrumental of all time, the Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Now up next, I've got another set full of banjoists that have really put their own spin on the instrument over the years. But right now, let's go back to the black and white era on Bill's Bluegrass Breakdown.